What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90, and boy, do I have an exciting video for you today. It is the Champions League quarter-final predictions, and I cannot wait to get stuck in. There's some amazing matchups, and I'm looking forward to it. So make sure you drop a like on the video and leave your predictions down in the comments below. Again, only 4 games, so it is going to be a bit of a shorter one, but I've got a tip for each one, and I think there's a lot of value to be had with some of these fixtures. So let's get into it. Kicking it off, we have the in-form Benfica up against Inter Milan. Benfica undefeated in the Champions League this season. Absolutely phenomenal. Had 2 draws there against PSG, both 1-1. Very credible results there. Inter Milan getting past Porto 1-0 on aggregate, and Benfica getting past Club Brugge 7-1 on aggregate. And I tell you what, something about this game says to me that Benfica at home at the very least are going to win, and Inter Milan aren't quite going to be up to scratch. I'm actually going to go for quite a high scoring game as far as Inter Milan games are concerned. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Benfica. That's not to say that Inter Milan can't go back to Italy and take the win and qualify, but I really like Benfica. I like what they're doing. They're having a phenomenal season. They're playing supremely well, and I'm going to go for Benfica to win at 2.2. I think those odds are really good, and I just love the look of Benfica, and I'm glad that they actually got this far. I was out actually a few weeks ago before the round of 16, and I bumped into someone in town who had a Benfica hat on, and we had a little chat about the Champions League and everything like that. And yeah, so very happy for Benfica and looking forward to this game. And speaking of looking forward to it, we have Manchester City up against Bayern Munich at the Etihad. To be honest, you can discount a lot of these draws with Manchester City. They didn't really mean too much. The draw with Leipzig was one thing, but they beat Leipzig 7-0 in the return. I think Manchester City at the Etihad at the very least are going to beat Bayern Munich. I really do think Man City are going to progress past them. As good as Bayern Munich are, they're very leaky in defense. They got Thomas Tuchel, of course, which would be interesting. Champions League legend, I guess you could say, having won it with Chelsea recently. But I'm going to go for a 4-2 win to Manchester City. Good luck to anyone trying to predict the exact score on this. I think it could be 3-1. I think could definitely be a shout. It could just be a random 2-0. Very difficult to predict, but I don't see Bayern Munich going to the Etihad and beating Manchester City, if I'm being completely honest. So, fortunately as well, Man City have quite an easy fixture at the weekend. I think it's at the Etihad against Southampton. It might be away from home, but regardless, Man City will probably play a slightly weaker team against Southampton, win that 2 or 3-0, and then play their full-strength team against Bayern Munich. I'm going for a 4-2 win to Man City. My tip is Manchester City to win and both teams to score at 3.25. Now we have AC Milan up against Napoli. Napoli, people's favourites to get to the final, and you can see why. They've got Benfica, Inter Milan and AC Milan on their side of the draw, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and Man City on the other. However, Napoli did just suffer a heavy 4-0 defeat to AC Milan in Serie A. I know they're essentially not playing for as much as they would be in this game, and Osimhen wasn't playing in that game, but AC Milan, they've got talent, they've got ballers. And whilst I do think Napoli are going to progress this tie, I'm going to keep it a low-scoring 1-1 draw at the San Siro here for this one. And if Osimhen can, get back for the home leg, what a stadium to do it at for Napoli to progress to the semi-finals against an Italian rival. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. My tip is both teams to score at 1.9. I think Napoli have looked really good. They are slight favourites here, as you can see, but AC Milan will naturally be full of confidence, having just beaten maybe not a full-strength Napoli team, but Napoli nonetheless 4-0. Now, after this one, Real Madrid up against Chelsea. I don't understand these odds. I know Chelsea have been playing well in the Champions League in contrast to the Premier League, but Real Madrid are just built different. They absolutely humbled Liverpool, and they're going to win this game at the Bernabeu. It's not to say Chelsea can't do anything at Stamford Bridge on the return leg, but Real Madrid are going to win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0, and I thought the value here for something that I would almost consider a banker, Real Madrid to win at 1.71 is phenomenal. Are Chelsea going to get anything from the Bernabeu? I don't think so. So I think that's very good there. So to be honest, I think Man City and Real Madrid to win, 2 of the best teams in the Champions League at home for the first leg, as a little double at about 3-1. You can't really go wrong. I think it's going to be a very exciting quarterfinal. No team has got a freebie, to be honest. I think every team has got to work really hard for their result. I think Benfica and Inter Milan are probably the two weakest in the tournament left, along with maybe AC Milan, but matched up, everyone's quite fairly matched. Man City and Bayern, the 2 heavyweights, and Real Madrid, Chelsea, you never know. So those are my predictions. So if you did enjoy it and you're excited for the Champions League action, be sure to drop a like, subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos, and leave your comments in the comments below as to who you think who's going to progress from the ties, as well as winning or drawing the first leg. So that is going to do it from me, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.